Guys, welcome back to episode 2 of Let's Talk Fashion and Motivation. It's your girl Denise Brown Stylist. I am so happy to announce that I'm going to be interviewing a beautiful, wonderful person. Her name is Nana Evans and she's from Love Yaayaa. She's the founder of Love Yaayaa. Now, guys, I've known Nana for many years. We used to go to the same school, primary school. Oh, I think it's secondary school, but I think I'll have to go through that with Nana. And hi, Michael Shella. Hi, Mr. Riggs. Hi, everybody. Hi, welcome. Yes, so going back to Nana, I'm so happy to announce. I'm gonna be interviewing Nana Evans, the co-founder CEO of Love Yaayaa. So Love Yaayaa is accessory and it's also a fashion brand. They do menswear, mainly women's wear, but they've also got some stuff for men's wear like T-shirts, and they've got some children's wear. But wait 1 minute, I'm going to introduce you now to the lovely one and only Nana. Where are you? Hi, Chantel. Nana, where are you? I'm just trying to get her in a minute. Nana? Oh, if you guys just wait. Anyway, so what's been going on with you guys?
Hello. Hello.
Oh, I love your hat.
Thank you.
You look hot. That hat is off the hook. And your hair, you look so beautiful. I just want to say again, thank you for my pieces.
Excellent. And you're rocking it well. You look gorgeous.
Listen, I'm going to be rocking this on a daily basis now. This is going to be my new look because I'm always wearing hats. And hi, Femel, how are you? And I'm always wearing hats, and I love this because I love the simple fact that it's so long, and then you can just adjust it in different styles. And I just got it so quickly because I went onto your website, and then I got the tutorials straight away.
Yay.
Yeah. So listen. Oh God, sorry. I want to start by thanking you once again to come on the show. Second episode.
Thank you for asking me, man. Thank you for asking me.
Look how long we've known each other for, Nana.
Seriously, it's a long time.
Did we used to go same primary or secondary school?
Primary school.
Oh, it's primary school. So guys, we used to go to St. Augustine's in Kilburn. So did you live in Kilburn them days or? Yeah, just the other side, like in between Kilburn and Swiss Cottage. Oh, so
it was a little bit of a walk for me to get to St. Augustine's, but you know, it was still like, it wasn't that long. It's like a 10-minute walk. So you know Rowley Way?
Huh?
You know Rowley Way, the estate, like the big kind of concrete jungle. Yeah, I live there.
Is
it? That's where I was brought up. Yeah.
What? I didn't even know you know. So how long did you stay there until? What age did you leave?
I left when I was 25, from like 2 years old. But I didn't go secondary school in Kilburn, so that's why I didn't know too many people in Kilburn because I went to Greycoat. So I was travelling to Sloane Square, Victoria for secondary school. Wow,
that's a really good school as well.
Yeah.
And to be travelling from Swiss Cottage, that's amazing. But I just want to ask you, how's quarantine for you? How's the quarantine life?
You know, it's not too much different to my daily because I'm working from home now. So I've got my studio in the garden, in a shed, and it's just, I'm home. It doesn't feel too bad. I've been fine. I haven't been calling it lockdown or quarantine. It's a global retreat for me. It was just time to kind of teach my kids, like be homeschooling, trying to juggle the two, seeing if that will work. So we're really thinking about maybe homeschooling them next year as well.
That is good. So you've been
a bit of an experiment.
I think that's really good. So you've been homeschooling your two sons, and you've been doing your brands.
Yeah,
that's incredible. Right, I want to also ask you, can you just tell the viewers who you are? So if you can start from like what you do and who you are. Yeah, who you are, what you do.
So my name's Nana Evans. I'm the founder of Love Yaayaa. I've had my own fashion brand since 2007, and my first stint at it was called Fossuism after my surname. My maiden name was Fossu, so that brand was Fossuism, and I sold mainly on eBay. And then what made me stop? Then I was pregnant, and so I kind of stopped making and selling and everything else, and then I had two children kind of back to back. There's only 16 months between them, so I took 2 years off, And then in rebranding purposes, I decided to change the name to Love Yaayaa, named after my eldest sister that died in Ghana before I was born. But I just wanted to pay homage to her, and her name was Yaya.
Oh,
So I
wow.
decided to, as my kind of keeping her memory alive, I would name this rebranding Love Yaayaa. Still the same types of products. It was belts, but then I added on more things under Love Yaayaa. Definitely, I've added T-shirts, head wraps, jewelry, baby grows. Like it's
Wow.
grown considerably since it's been in homage to my sister. But that's because she's an ancestor, and I truly believe she's been the one helping this business grow.
That is incredible. That's such a dope story, because I was actually going to ask you about, because I love the name Love Yaayaa,
Oh,
and
thank you.
it's so like catchy as well. It's such a catchy name.
Yeah, yeah,
Can we speak about, because remember the days when we were both like styling? Do you remember
yeah,
like back in the
yeah,
days? So can we speak a little bit about, because you used to be a fashion stylist, so you used to
yes,
do menswear, women's wear as well.
yeah. For I would say my longest stint was Rewind magazine, like doing session styling for Rewind magazine, and I liked it, but it's a hustle. People don't understand how hard styling is, especially when you don't drive. So, like the lugging of the clothing, dealing with
Yeah.
PRs, that was probably what part of the hardest part with styling was actually getting clothing for urban magazines, like dealing with
Mm.
PRs. Um, and then just invoicing and waiting on getting paid. It was a struggle, but it was fun meeting so many different artists. And all praise is due to my cousin Nene, who was in the architects. She was the one that actually, once she started with Body Groove, I was watching her on TV and just got
Mm.
in contact and was like, I can make you clothes. And she brought me in, and that was my inroad into styling, like 2001.
I didn't even know
So
that
yeah,
Nene was your cousin though.
yeah,
She
yeah,
used to go
yeah,
to St.
yeah.
Augustine's too, as a
That's big
sister of
sis.
Thea.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That is crazy.
It's a
So
small
let's
world,
talk.
isn't it?
I didn't even know that you could. So how did you? Because I know originally you. I mean, growing up as a child, because you said that how you didn't. Did you always want to be a fashion designer? Because I know you
No,
mentioned something about
I
performing
wanted I wanted
arts.
to be an actress. So that was like my thing. I really wanted to do acting. And then going to uni, I was doing media performance.
Mm.
And I think that process actually changed my view of it. It just seemed really hard to be an actress and going to auditions. And yeah, it was just scary. I think more than anything, there was a huge fear for me to follow through on the acting. And fashion had always been a part of my home life. My mum and sister have had various fashion businesses based in Brick Lane. They had a workshop there. So
Wow.
that's how I learned how to sew. So they started off with made to measure clothing. Then
Mm.
they moved into hats. And I would do the linings. I would sew the lining inside the hat for
That is
10p a
wicked.
piece. So
That's
that's how I
dope.
learned how to sew. So fashion was there. So I kind of put it like I could do this. I could have a fashion business. I've seen it. I was surrounded by self-employed people in my family as well. So that wasn't too scary, but acting was. And it was just fear took over. I was like, you know what, I'll do the styling thing. And from styling, I was always sewing. So it kind of naturally led into me having my own brand.
So when you talk about fear, is it a thing where, because you've grown up with your family, you've been sewing, and it's like a family business? Was it a fear of coming out of your comfort zone and just doing like auditions in front of people that you don't know? Was
Yes.
that the actual fear?
It's still a fear now. Like even saying yes to you to do this live, the heart is still pounding. It's still there. Just like putting yourself out there. It's easier for me to put out clothing because
Mm.
it's still an expression of myself. I'm still being creative, but actually my face or my embodiment of a character is still quite scary
That is,
to
do you
do.
know what? It's so mad, yeah, because a lot of people say, Denise, you're so out there, you're so bubbly. But understand the same thing happens to me too. Like even today, I was like,
Yeah.
oh my God, because I get all kind of crazy and anxious, like, oh my God, I got to do the
It's
second episode.
weird, the kind of jitters, and it's like we can chat on the phone for ages. So that's how I've
Yeah,
been processing it today. It's just like I'm
but
just
it's good.
chatting to Denise like I chat to her. Like,
But do you know what? This is your time to actually be out, because you're actually on a podcast as well.
yeah.
So
But
can you,
that's easy. I don't know because there's other women. It's
oh,
weird.
can you
If
tell
it
the
was just
viewers,
me,
tell the
yeah. So
viewers,
The podcast is called Your Aunties Could Never. Please follow us on Instagram. And we go live every Tuesday on Facebook. And we basically just chat about weekly news, like what's been going on in political, little things that happen on the gram. We chat about, because the gram is like my playground. So I'm always watching what the youngers are up to. And so we discuss that as well. We give people advice on dilemmas. And then we just round it all off by what's made us sad, mad, or glad. And that's us.
That's
You know,
so
it's like
dope.
40-somethings kind of chatting.
See, so you could do that. So now you just have to put your face to it, and then you're good to go, innit?
We do. I mean, we started going live. So we've been doing that a while. I'm definitely getting used to going live, but it's doing it by myself. So there's 3 other women to kind of bounce off of, and they're all brilliant. So all I've got to do is just add my viewpoints, which we're all very different, and I'm slightly more eccentric, and I have more of a hippie outlook on life. So our takes on stories are different. So it just feels easier. I don't know. But I'm going to see, I've set myself 5 years. I will try and do some drama and get back out there acting.
Oh, so yeah. Oh, that'd be good. When you say get yourself back out there, do you mean like in terms of acting, like proper acting?
Yeah. I'd like to do a class. I'd like to train, maybe see how that goes. And if I love it like how I did when I was younger, then I would start going for auditions.
I think that's brilliant. Do you know why I love that? Because imagine you started off with that, then you end up being, you know, what you also love, and now you're thinking, you know what? Let me go back and at least try it. To say, like later on in life, you could say, you know what, I really, really tried.
Exactly.
And then it would help you to put yourself out there, your confidence. But I also want to ask you a question. I want to talk about your transition now. So originally you was a stylist, and then I remember the time when you first said to me, I'm gonna start up Love Yaayaa, and then you gave me some samples, some belts that you actually made, right? So what made you decide to say, look, I'm just gonna go for this, and then just give up styling and not even do styling as a sideline hustle? Why are you going for that?
So styling naturally came to an end. It's like I was working with a gospel record label, and I was doing lots of their artists, and then they had some financial problems. And in between, while I was waiting for other jobs, I can't remember who told me to kind of be a teaching assistant. There was like, there's jobs going there. It's kind of really easy to sign up with an agency and you could get into teaching. So I thought, well, while I'm waiting for work to come in, I'll do this. And then I actually really liked teaching. Then I moved up in a school to unqualified teacher status. So I could like session teach in classes, like be a cover teacher. It's cheaper for them, and then they knew me, so they knew I could handle the classes and everything. And I did that for 2.5 years. And I ended up in a school that I just really didn't like. And it was one Easter holidays, and I was sitting on the computer, and I turned to, then it was my boyfriend Russell, now my husband. I turned to him and I was like, I really don't want to go in. And I was sitting there, and then tears were streaming, and he was like, you don't have to go. Like, it's cool. I can handle everything. Find something else. And I was quiet for 6 months, like, you know, just really, what do I want to do? What do I want to do? I still didn't know. At the same time, we were promoting, and then I made a belt. So, you know, when you live with somebody, you start putting on weight. So this was early days we were living together. Started off as a size 8'10". I hadn't realized that the weight was creeping up, and we had a big event, a Ghana party, and I bought a dress, and I just looked like a mum. And I was like, okay, I need something around the waist area. So I couldn't find the belt that I wanted. So I made a belt. I got the leather. I knew nothing about leather. I just made a corset belt. I put a strip of kente around the middle part, and I put crystals on it. And I would work the door. So while I'm on the door, everybody's coming past, like, where did you get that belt from? And telling them I made it. But it was like constant. So I was still like, oh, okay, this could be a thing. Like, in my mind, it was like, this could be a little side thing that I could make. I could make these belts. I didn't. And then I went to my brother-in-law's house, and one of my sister-in-law's friends was there, and she was like, that belt that you was wearing, if you don't start making them, I'm going to do it.
Wow.
And that was that was the light bulb. That was a thing of, oh, I've got to do this. Probably a week later, I put them on eBay, and then they just sold. So I made 4, they
Right.
sold in a weekend. And then it
What?
was like, okay, this is the thing. So from that flat, the kitchen table, I bought a little machine, and I was just making belts. And that carried on, that grew. That was a good steady stream of money. So I didn't go back to school. I didn't style again. I just started fossilizing.
See,
And
that's
then I fell in love with e-commerce and actually like selling on sites and really going down that online road. It carried on from then. So that was like
I love
2007.
that. That is so dope because do you notice the way you done it as well? Like you put it out there. Oh, you didn't even know. You just made it for yourself, really. And then you
Yeah.
got all of that attention and love. I want to talk about your collection because I just want to first talk about the scarf. So, guys, if you're looking, this scarf is from Love Yaayaa. Nana, I love the tutorials.
Yeah.
I love it. Do you know what?
I'm going to do a series. Like I have some more ideas of like different scarf styles that, yeah, when I'm doing festivals, because that's the kind of big draw to my stands, is I will have a queer from the British Blacklist. Because she's just brilliant at selling. So I have her with me when I do festivals, and she will do like the head wraps and come up with so many wicked styles. But because it's a busy stand, I never get to film what's happening when it's taking place. So I will do a tutorial set.
But can you please explain to the can you explain to the viewers about your head wraps, like what you offer and the tutorials, please?
Okay, so I'll explain actually how the head wraps came about, because again, I think this is the through line of things that I design. It's generally what I need. So I have traction alopecia, so this side is slightly thinning. So when I put my hair up, I used to pull my hair a lot, and it was getting worse and worse. And I was like, okay, I want to give my head a rest. I had lots of pieces of African material from the belts, and then I would wear them. I was having the head wraps, and then people kept on asking again. And then when that light bulb goes, oh, so this is a market out there, folks are after this. Then I started, and I have so many prints. I'm a print collector. Like I love African prints. I had lots of them. On the site now, I'm trying to not overwhelm people. I think there's 50 different prints on there now. There absolutely could be 200 if I was going to go down. Like, I love prints. So I do all colors. I'm trying to think of the colors that are in season, how it will work with different skin tones. So there's everything: yellow, pinks, purples, greens. Now I do solid colors as well. That's a new thing I started maybe 8 months ago. So I have black, red, white, blue. There's lots of different solid colors on there as well. It's really just to protect people's hair. I have lots of people that are going through chemotherapy. So because it's cotton, it's soft on the head, it's easy to wear. But as you can see, it's like you can wear it like a hat as well. I wear them so much now. I'm getting into hats because it's like I've always got a head wrap on.
This head wrap, and I love, you know what, I love the length of it as well, because you can just work around it, do different kind of styles, because normally I wear like normal scarves, isn't it? So having an actual head wrap like this is so much better for me, because it looks like, you know, like a turban, because this looks like an actual turban now.
Yep, you can do it in a turban style. Exactly. Look, and the scarf is silky, so they can slip off as well, and the shaping isn't always as easy to place on your head. So a long rectangle actually sits better on people's heads. You can get more shapes out of it. So that's why I do two sizes, 10 inches and 20 inches. So it can cover your whole head and you can play about and be really creative. It's fun as well, isn't it? I bet you was playing in the mirror.
Yeah, I was like, you know. But can you tell us? Do you know what? So do you know what? I love your stories behind your actual products, because you know, like, it's so important when people have a story behind their products. So let's talk about the T-shirt collection. Guys, can you see this T-shirt? Do you know what? I love the illustrations because it's representing each individual sister with a different individual hairstyle. I've never seen that, because I always see like T-shirts with just one look, either headscarf or afro. But you've got so much. I hope, can you guys see it? Can you
and
talk
I
about
have my one on as well.
Oh, I love it.
The sisters.
What's behind, you know, the T-shirts?
You know what it was? So I started seeing T-shirts, but most of them were American. like with African ladies on them, with black people on them, like, and I just felt like I wanted lots of sisters, and
Mm.
I wanted to show the different way that we kind of wear our hair, and you know, I went into, I think it was Topshop. No, it was during the Topshop when they put Rihanna's face on their t-shirt, and then Rihanna sued Topshop for that. And then they had a kind of Kate Moss looking woman on their t-shirt. And I just thought,
Mm.
why are we even struggling to see ourselves on t-shirts?
Bro.
Like, it's been nothing to put Audrey Hepburn, or, you know, there's been so many iconic figures, and you'll wear them and you're not thinking like, actually, I want a black woman.
Mm.
And for everybody, like, why would you not celebrate black beauty? So I just thought, I'll do it. I'll create a t-shirt range. Like, I want to wear t-shirts that represent me as well. So
Mm.
that was the start. But I was hesitant at first. It wasn't an easy one. I don't know. I sat on it for a while. Like, I had the t-shirt equipment maybe a year before I started doing it, because it just felt like it was a process in my growing to actually stand in, I do Afrocentric wear. Like, I
Yes.
had to work through that myself. Like, this is what I stand for. This is what I'm looking for. This is what I want to wear. And it isn't just for black people. It's actually for any conscious being to be like, I should be able to celebrate all forms of humanity and wear them and feel empowered to do so. And I was just like, okay. But it was a process for me to stand in that so I can impart that onto others. I do think brands, when you shop small, you should be thinking of what the brand ethos is, what do they stand for, what fabrics are they using, are they paying people well, all of that. Like,
I
really
love
shopping
it.
consciously. I worked through that so that my brand means something.
Do you know what? I would love your stuff even more now, because the way you're breaking it down, you know, because I totally understand. You know, when you say that you were sitting on it for like a year, because that then the fear started to come again, right? It's like,
Yes,
do I
yes,
do this? Am I gonna like I'm racist, or is it?
yes.
I can imagine, because there's certain things.
All of that. And I did get
Yeah,
those emails. I did, like, adding more things to my collection. It wasn't out of nowhere. I definitely did get emails from people just like, why is it just black women? Like, I did get those emails from my earlier customers, and it's a process, it's a talk. I still kind of get them now from time to time. Not even too long ago, maybe a couple of months, I had somebody buy quite a few head wraps and then inbox me afterwards and was like, my daughter was like, I don't know if you should be wearing these prints. And, you know, cultural appropriation is such a thing.
mm,
People don't truly understand what it is, and that's on both sides. There are lots of black people that don't understand what cultural appropriation is. They think if a white person is wearing African print, that's culturally appropriating. No, it's culturally appropriating if you take the style and you reappropriate it and you remove Africa from it, and then you profit from it. People buying from black businesses is important. That's
it's so
how
true.
we become more equal. That's how you have equity. So it's kind of reteaching everybody how it shouldn't be in boxes. Buying black is like fair trade to me. Like, it's actually just shopping responsibly. When you have money, you should be thinking, how can I impart that to communities that people generally shy away from purchasing from, that I should be spending there. So I welcome anybody, men as well. Put on some women, like, wear the sisters' tops. I
Yeah,
think
because
everybody should be
I've seen
featured.
some of the unisex ones as well for men.
Yes.
So I was like, yes, yes, Nana. Do you know what? I love everything that you said. I think maybe you should do some videos about that. You know, when you
See?
don't,
I'll
it'd be
get
good
there. I'll get
behind. You
there.
know what? Behind the brand, think about it. Yeah, sitting down, breaking it down, exactly what you said to me.
Yeah.
And so when people go on the website, they're like, oh, because I've never. Do you know, like me talking to you now, and you're breaking it down. I get it now. Now I totally understand it. Do you know? I want to talk about your product again, because I had to be looking. I love them. Anchor up them framed glasses.
Oh, the
What?
frame glasses.
They're bad. They're. Do you know what? Can I ask you a quick? So I want to ask you a question. So you know the framed glasses. Is it clear, right? So people can add on their frames. Is that what it's?
No, so it's literally like the cover of
Mm.
sunglasses frames, and that's been covered in fabric. And they're not mine. It was my sister. No, I don't think she's online. She's away. So her site is my local dressmaker. My sister's a tailor now. She's gone back to
Oh,
doing made to measure stuff. My sister came up with it, and so she. It's so funny. Like the first time she did it, and she showed me, I was like, this ain't gonna work. Like nobody, mate. We went to one festival and they were just selling like hotcakes, and I was like, wow, you're onto something.
wow.
And so that she has so many of them, I just kind of was like, let me put them on my site. Like it will actually work. Like as a look, it all goes together.
It's
Um,
wicked.
so yeah, no, that was my sister's thing. So
So your sister, so you're saying that your whole family's creatives then? Your
oh
sister,
yeah, yeah, yeah,
your
yeah,
mum. So
yeah.
what that
My
is
brother is probably, I would say he is the most creative out of us, and he's working on his collection at the moment, and that's going to be menswear. But his styles, and like he adds in geometry and metaphysics, and he's just, yeah. So my brother's collection, when that comes out, I keep on saying to him, like, I'm going to help you with your website. Like you're the one.
I
Like,
can't wait to see
you can
your
go for
brother's
this.
stuff.
But he was selling. He was making things. He was the one that actually gave me that idea when I was a teenager that I could make things and sell them to my friends. So he used to do that with jeans, and lots of boys around Kilburn used to wear my brother's jeans. He'd like do patchwork stuff. So we're all creative. We
That is
just
so dope. The creative
need to have our
family.
collections.
Listen, you need to at least have your show.
Yes.
Like the Kardashians and all that.
Oh,
We need to see you guys like behind the scenes, the family making clothes, go for their meetings. Can you imagine that? I have
we're
never.
nuts.
That would be
Well,
a sick show.
it would be weird because we're not like a standard Ghanaian family, so it would
No,
be a bit strange. But it'd be interesting because
it
we are
would be
so not
good.
conventional. Yeah,
That I
yeah.
love that. Right. So I was not actually growing up. Was you inspired by anyone? Who's your
Yeah,
inspiration?
I would say Dapper Dan was probably like one of the, like from afar, watching what he would do with Gucci, and like just his influence on hip hop. Oh my word, that was like mind blowing.
Sick.
Again, because he was making things. So yeah, there wasn't too many people like that had the talents that was in my family. Like, somebody could bring something to you and then you would reconstruct it and you could make it in different fabrics. And so he was probably like the big example of that, where this could turn into something like you could actually create a phenomenon from your creativity. I would say, yeah, Dapper Dan is probably like one of my
Yeah, he
biggest
is.
heroes. Like I'd love to meet him. Love,
Me
love,
too.
love to
That's my
meet
dream.
him.
I said, but when I go back to America, I'm going straight to his
Yes,
studio. That's
yes,
I've got plans for him because I can't believe, because you know what? Because the more I got to start knowing who he is, he's one of the creator of Salt and Pepper. Because from when you're
yes,
growing up, you're like, oh my god, this, and then you realize this is the guy behind it.
yes,
So and
exactly, exactly.
can you
And Salt
describe?
and Pepper was my jam. Like, I
I thought it was
really,
Pepper.
yeah, yeah. I even remember because you had the back of your head shaved and everything. You had the look that I wish I was allowed to have. Like, I couldn't really have a bob, like, and I couldn't shave the back of my head, and that's still a dream to this day to actually have that look. But
Really?
I'm a bit too old to do it now.
What you
But
mean?
it's like,
No, but you can shave some of your hair.
yeah, I
Maybe a
don't
little
know.
side and have the hair out on. Do you know what I
It,
mean?
it will probably happen, and then I'll tag you in the picture. But yeah,
Yeah,
that
because
was a dream to have that style. I loved everything about Salt and Pepper.
yeah. Do you know what? Listen, trust me. You got to go. I think this is the time now because there's so much crazy stuff happening. We just got to
Yeah.
go for whatever we want to do now. If you want to go to, because my thing is, I want to go Ghana, and I'm going Ghana next year.
Oh, you got to.
I'm
Yes, yes, yes.
on it. Like I got a list of places that I need to go. I'm there. I'm gonna be living my dream. My dream is that I want like a grey hairstyle. Them grey hairstyles. I'm like, and I'm
I
gonna do it
know.
next year. Or my little Ada Blue. Yeah. So can you just tell us a little bit? Who is the Love Yaayaa woman? What does she look like?
um, Hell, there's so many. Okay, so I would say like my perfect avatar that I think of. She's quite creative, uh, really worldly, understands her style, and when she enters a room, it's like people look at her like, where did you get that from? Like very unique and particular in where she shops. So I think of like particular pieces when I'm making it. And just, yeah, I always think of somebody that's like kind of really quintessentially stylish and very black elegance, but can also be kind of street. So it's like
Mm.
that. It's like they're like mood led when they're dressing. So definitely somebody who really has a sense of personal style, is not a high street shopper, doesn't follow trends. When they buy a piece from me, you know it's going to last you for years, and it will be like a staple, a statement in your wardrobe. That's the woman that I kind of cater for. Somebody with a really discerning eye.
Yeah, I love that. And what about, so what's, I mean, you already spoken about it, but your main inspirations behind your designs. What inspires you when you're designing?
You know, it's uniqueness, and it is a story. It literally is like something that would just pop in my head. But it's like, it's so funny. Even just today, I was watching Mo the comedian, his show that he did about black comedy, black British
Yeah,
comedy,
yeah.
and then he was explaining fuckeries, the term fuckeries, and I was like, oh my god, I got to put that on a t-shirt. Like, it's that type of thing, you know, when like that describes this year, and I was like, yeah, that needs to go on a t-shirt. It's things like that. Something will pop out to me, and it will be like, oh yeah, that's, it's an expression that you want to put out there on certain days. Like literally, Trump could say something, and you need to put on your fuckeries t-shirt because it's out there in the ethos. So it's
I,
like that. It's like a story. It's like, it's just like traveling. So this, so what was it? Maybe 3 weeks ago, me and the husband went to Santorini, and being in Santorini, and Santorini has such a blue that permeates the island. So the sea has a blue, the sky had a different blue. So now I'm looking at really different blue levers to add in, because it's just such a highlighter on clothing. Because those are the things that inspire me, is stories and traveling.
I love that. You know when he said blue, I'm thinking straight away photo shoot.
Yeah.
I'm
Mate, I
thinking
wish
photo
while I was
shoot.
there. Oh, there's so many places. We're going to be going again next year, so definitely I will do a photo shoot in Santorini. The
Or even
island
just
is
do it
just
on yourself.
spectacular.
Like maybe you should be the model. And yeah,
Mhm.
listen, it's all about. Have you seen how many people are out here
I
rocking
know,
their stuff
I
and it's
know, I
branding
know.
their stuff? And you know what's so crazy? Because a lot of people of all ages, they would wear other people's clothes, but when it comes onto their own, they're thinking, "Oh no, I can't," because you can. Because even if you go back to Santorini, they've got all these blues. You can put on a blue leather belt, boom, take a picture of yourself, fling it onto your website, or even get one
I
of
think
your.
I have like two product images of myself on there. And each time I come across it, I am like, oh, I don't know, it just makes me feel prickly. But I know what you're saying, and I definitely, instead of waiting for like a shoot to happen, I definitely could do it myself. I could.
Definitely.
I,
So especially if you go when you go back home, like when you go back to Ghana, you could
yeah.
be just lining up because look at the bit, you know, like they've got so much different places that you could be
Oh
shooting.
yeah, no, I cannot wait. We're looking at next year's summer
Mm,
to go. So yeah, there
that
will
will
be
be.
lots of shoots there. I can't wait. There's lots that I want to buy while I'm there as well. So not just kente, like there's glass beads that are in Ghana. It's like there's
Wow.
lots of beads that I want to buy. I want to buy some leather from there as well, because their leather is like tougher and more waxy. And yeah, I just can't wait. I can't
So
wait to get
so
there.
do you get your fabrics? Is it from Ghana or is it over here?
I get them from Ghana, from
Mm,
Nigeria, Belgium. I
wicked.
will go where the prints are. But
Oh,
yeah,
that's dope.
a lot of it, especially now my nephew's just moved to Ghana as well. So I will be getting him to send me some stuff. When my sister was in Ghana, that was a brilliant supply. That was 5 years of prints, bags. Like she set up a bag factory there. So when I was selling bags, that was my sister's stuff that she was sending to me for me to sell.
Wow.
So yeah,
I just
when
love
I go back,
it.
that will begin again. I'll start doing more bags as well.
I love. Do you know what? I'm loving this. so much. I'm so inspired by you. Because I
Oh,
love the
thank
simple fact
you.
that you and your family are so tight. You guys get
Yeah.
on, you work together. Because it's sometimes, well, I can talk about my own family, it's a struggle. So to hear that, you know, you guys are all creators, you got each other's back, that's so beautiful
Yeah,
to hear.
I think it's the age gap between us. Like my sister's 11 years older and she's
Oh,
been working in fashion since the 80s. So
mm,
she has such a breadth of knowledge, and had done all of the festivals when people weren't doing festivals. So this was in
mm.
the 90s. She was going to Glastonbury. I was going to Glastonbury when I was a teenager and hating it. And recently, when I went back, I was like, this is like the best festival ever. But when you're young, you don't really realize culturally what you're a part of.
Mm.
So now, once I had my brand, having my sister help me, it's like she knew the lay of the land. She knew how to set up a stand properly. So I kind of hit the ground running. I didn't have the learning curve that some people will have. And yeah, there's nothing better than working with your sister.
That is
It's like she is
so,
like my second mummy. Like, she's
mm.
gonna love me whatever. I can
Yeah, it's
be
so true.
tired, grouchy, whatever, she is gonna love me. So it's easier to work with somebody that totally has your back because you need that.
Definitely. Can we talk about, I want to know, you know your belts, yeah? You call it, is it OB?
Obi belts, yeah.
What's that mean? What does it stand for, OB
It's
belts?
Obi belts is Japanese. So the
Mm.
style, the shaping of them, when you're wearing a kimono, that big
Oh,
round bit that would go around their middle, that big piece of fabric, that's called an Obi belt. And so
oh,
it's a take on that. Um, I think I still have the largest collection online at the moment because I have so many colors.
I like that.
So many colors. I love all the leathers.
I
So,
love it. I love it so much. And what I love about your belts is that it's for like different women of different shapes and sizes. And
yeah,
that's so clever as well, because you know when you go into certain people's websites, they've always got like a size restriction. Do you get what I'm
yes,
saying? So like,
that one size that never fits all. Like,
I
it,
love
it doesn't make sense, but I get it, production wise, why that's a thing to have a one size. But there's too many different types of people in the world, and it's not fair. Like, actually, the different shapes of somebody and a belt, especially an obi belt, a waist belt can really change how your clothing looks. So I think all sizes should have access to that. So I'll go up to a waist size 60. I've done bigger. People have got in contact, and I will make a longer belt because they're so versatile. And again, you can be creative with how you finish it. You can do a bow, a rose, a
love
tie.
it.
There's so many different ways to finish it. I love that type of people putting their own spin on it. One customer, oh my word, she finished it off and it looked like three belts. So she sent me a video of how she did it. It was so complicated. I was like, look at the creativity. I've
That
never
is
even seen this
wicked.
before. And I've seen hundreds, and it's like, yeah. So I love that take on things, like something that is in my head, I've put out there, and then it journeys on and people can do other things with it.
Do you know what? That
That
just
makes
sounds
me
like
so
another.
happy.
That sounds like another planet you put on YouTube. The YouTube competition of who can, you know, who can stylize their
Taking
belt.
notes.
Yeah, because you're telling me, I'm like, wait a minute. That should be like a competition. That should be another YouTube video. Who can stylize their belt, or
Yes,
the winner
yes. I
can
could have
win.
like an Obi Belt challenge.
There you
Brilliant idea.
go.
Okay, here we go.
Yes.
I'm putting it in my other phone. I'm taking notes.
So do you know what? I saw the fashion segment on Lorraine. I love Lorraine's show with
Oh,
Candy Braithwaite, and she had
yeah.
your stuff. I was like, oh my god, this is none of stuff. This Love Yaayaa. I felt so emotional. How did you get that link?
So that was through the show's stylist actually got in contact with me. And yeah, like again, it's one of those randoms. You're not even thinking about it at all. Like this just dropped into my inbox. I love your brand. I'd like to see these products. We're looking to do a Black History Month section on Lorraine, and I'm there with my mouth open, like little old me was found in big old Instagram. Like you managed to find my
Wicked.
brand. So I sent it, and it was like a few weeks ago. And this is classic me. I will file it to the back of my mind just in case it doesn't happen. So I can just carry on without, you know, every minute it pops in your head. You're like,
Mm.
oh, that didn't take place. So I just filed it. I didn't even tell anybody about it. I kind of sent off the stuff and carried on about my business. And then maybe 2 days before, the stylist sent me a message and was like, yeah, we've selected a product, it's been shot and it's going to go out. I think she said on the Wednesday, Tuesday or the Wednesday. So she told me, again, I let it go out of my mind. And until I started getting the notifications of sales and somebody tagged me on
What?
Facebook and was like, I've just seen you being featured on the rain. And I was like, oh my God, it happened. And then I had to watch it on Plus One. But honestly, I've sent the lady a message about it because it's like that changes how your business is viewed, not
Definitely.
just for that day, but literally going forward. It really puts you in a different light, and it's just so thankful, so thankful. And for all the orders, I'm still on like the last 20 to make up to send out. It was so busy, but busy with love. Like literally, I was just like,
Oh
oh my God, thank
man.
God, thank you, universe, thank the
Yes!
ancestors. Like,
I'm getting
you know.
excited. Like it's, I love that. Do you know what? Did you watch? Sorry, I didn't know on Friday. There's a new black comedy show on Friday.
I,
Because you
oh,
know who had on your, you know what actress had on your belt?
oh, Chizzy.
Yes.
Yes, I watched the first one that they did. I thought it was on Thursdays. Yeah, I need to watch that. But
Yeah.
honestly, Chizzy found me when I was on Etsy. So when I was selling on
Mm.
Etsy, and she bought like 4 belts just off the cuff. And I would have sent her these belts. Like if she had said, oh, I would wear your belt, mate, I would have sent her bare belts. But the fact that, and she will just buy stuff from me when
I
she needs
love
it. So
that.
she has quite a healthy collection now. She probably has about 10 different colors.
She
And
will
she
bang.
wears it so well.
Yes.
Exactly. But you see how her style is? Like it's that
Mm,
individual. She knows what she's after. She has a
definitely.
keen eye on what suits her shape. That she is like my perfect customer. But
Yeah, she
literally
looks so good with
that's
a
the avatar.
kimono. I was like, oh my
Yes.
God, this is I was like, wow, this is incredible. Oh
Oh,
wow.
I need to
Oh,
get
it's on
that.
Friday. So do you know what else I love about? I'm gonna go back to your products here, Nana. But I
Okay.
looked on your website and I saw the bundle boxes, and what I love about them is that you're
Yes.
giving people, you're giving people really good discount. So guys,
Yes.
listen up. If you like are watching, make sure I'm gonna put all of the information. You need to check out Nana's website because you know Christmas is coming up, and you got to start buying
Exactly.
your stuff from now because the bundle boxes are dope. Can you just
Yeah.
tell the viewers about your bundle boxes, especially
It's
on the
brilliant
belts?
value.
Yeah.
So I have sets of mystery boxes.
Mm.
And definitely like the mystery boxes of head wraps, that's the best seller because you're getting like 40% off buying 4 at a time. And they are all very good prints. I'm not giving dud prints. I'm giving prints that I would wear myself. Like they're really well created boxes. And then I have the Love collection, which is a black belt, a rose gold, and an antique gold. And why I called those the Love collections, those are like my best sellers and the ones that each time somebody writes a review, they're like, I love my belt. I love this. It goes with this in my wardrobe. And so I call that the Love collection. And again, that's like 3 belts and you're paying for 2. So, and then I have a mystery box for belts as well. And that could be any size. So there may be 2 inches, it may be 4 inches, it could be 6 inches, and a variety of colors. So you'll just get a surprise. But any Obi belt will transform your wardrobe. So getting 3 different colors coming through to you, you'll start to see your clothes in a different way because it goes with everything: shirts, dresses, skirts,
Love it,
jumper
man.
dresses. Like they're so easy to wear and instantly gives you a waist. So it doesn't
That
matter what
is
your shape is, you're gonna have a waist.
definitely. I love it so much. I want to talk about like like since you've become a fashion designer, have you had any hurdles like that you had to go through? Any times when you
Oh
thought,
yes.
I'm not gonna do this no more, I'm done.
Oh yeah, yeah. Oh, I'm a creative, so that can
Mm,
happen in a week. That can be a dodgy week, and I'll be like, I should just go and get a job. But I'm not great as an employee as well, so I always have to remind myself of that I actually do need to keep my own business going. Um, Last year. was probably my hardest. A series of things took place, so kind of business fell off kilter, and I left Etsy and decided I'm going to focus primarily on my own .com. And it's not the easiest of transitions to do, but sometimes you kind of have to take that leap. And so now I can see how that leap was a good leap to make, but definitely last year was very, very hard. Money was scarce. It was just hard juggling everything. Going into this year where I don't have the Etsy shop and I've got a year of literally like doing marketing properly myself, and creating my own base so that the people that are coming to me, I can do email marketing to them. I can do Facebook ads to them. Like when you're on Etsy, you don't have those freedoms because that data isn't yours. So actually really learning how to read data as well. It wasn't easy, but it was very necessary to have this year where I'm on course to do triple what I did last year. So it was that leap. You know, you just take that big leap, but before you go through, you have that jungle part.
Definitely,
before you get to the other side. And so
definitely.
last year was my jungle part. But I know definitely there'll be more jungles that will come along every year. We don't know where we're heading with the economy.
Yeah.
So, you know, we'll see how it goes. But definitely I've learned so much in the tough time that I know that I can face it again.
Do you have a team? Because you say we. Who's in your team? Do you have a?
I have 2 machinists.
Okay.
I have a virtual assistant from time to time that I rely on as well.
That's good.
I have to involve my husband. He is a part of the team.
Like I love you. Do you know what?
An unpaid member of the team, but I have him as help. I have my sister. She is definitely a part of my team. And my sister-in-law, because she helps so much with the kids. Both of our parents, my mum's mother-in-law, my mum, they are a part of my team, because without them helping our family, I wouldn't have the time to dedicate. Sometimes I'm working like 16, 20-hour days. So I need my children to be looked after by family. So yeah, everybody's in there. I definitely think going forward, I probably need 2 more permanent staff members to help me along. Yeah.
Oh gosh, oh no, I'm gonna have to wrap up because I have to wrap this up because the other day, imagine last week I did my first January trips and I was like, what happened? Because I went over the hour and I would love to talk to you more. I'm gonna, like, before I wrap up, I just want to ask you a couple of more questions. Now, why didn't you stay with Etsy and do your website? Couldn't have you done that at the same time?
I did that. Etsy is so involved. And I was doing really well on Etsy. So this was the thing. It was a really hard struggle to be like, can I, as a maker, I put so much into my Etsy shop. Should I leave this to concentrate fully on my website? I couldn't do both with the structure that I had. And I'm impulsive like that. I wanted to leave. So
okay. Yeah, so you just do your thing.
I kind of left. Yeah, because it's hard. Like Etsy's involved. You're there. People ask you more questions. There's more of a community. I was a team leader on Etsy as well. So I was also helping other sellers with their shops and answering questions. It was just really involved. I had very little time to work on my own marketing plan.
I get it now.
While making. But I didn't, you know, it's one of those things. I hadn't thought it all the way round, like how it was going to be. But, you know, it's worked out in the end.
Yeah, you're doing it. You got more of a range. Now you got so much tutorials. You got so much more things happening. And you know what? You're killing it. That's the main thing. You know, you come out your comfort zone. You created a brand. And you started from scratch, and I love it, Nana. You've done really well. I'm just gonna ask you a couple of more questions. So, what's your plans for next year? Do you have anything coming up? Because it's a bit sticky at the moment, isn't it?
Well, this is it. Even this year, it's weird because once we were heading into the global retreat in March, I was so thinking, okay, sales will probably go down because people aren't going to be shopping in that way. Everybody's on survival mode and going mad, buying food. So I'll probably start teaching people how to create their own e-commerce
That'd be
e-commerce
wicked.
websites.
I would love to do that.
But it was not like that. Like literally we went into April, and then obviously all of the hairdressers closed and everybody wanted a head wrap. So I was
Oh
perfectly
yes.
positioned to be doing that. Like it was a busy summer. So I didn't get round to that. So next year, that is my plan, is to maybe have an ebook, maybe do a course, maybe try and work that into my schedule to do one-to-ones with people to help them with their
That'd be
business so
wicked.
that they can grow their brands as well, especially focusing on makers, because I'm uniquely placed to know the challenges that you'll have and learn some things on how you can scale so that it's not just you making everything. So I think that will be a part of next year.
I'm
That will
definitely
definitely be
involved
a
in
part
that.
of
When I
next
say
year.
involved, I'm going to be a client because I would
Yeah,
love to learn about how to sell stuff on e-commerce and just products in general.
yeah,
Because
yeah,
I mean, you're the best person to do it, and I know when you teach, you're going to teach from your heart because
yeah.
you know what, the prices of what you're, the prices of your products and what you're selling is so reasonable.
Yeah.
Especially that you're giving the bundle boxes and the prices of your real leather belts and real suede belts. It's so good, and that's what I love about you. Like you're actually giving people such great customer service and you're thinking
Thank
about the
you.
client
Thank you.
as well as really good quality. And I love that about you, Nana. And I just want to ask you, what are your tips for someone who's starting out?
Starting out, I would please just do it. Like, don't think too much about it.
Mm,
Start off small. Maybe you'll have like 4 products that you're focusing on, or even one, but just do it. Like, get them out there. Etsy is a really good place to start. Low costs as well to get on there, and obviously you have kind of built-in traffic. There are ways that you need to generate traffic to your shop, and you can work through that with a marketing plan. But it's a good place to actually like test out products as well. It's very easy. It's like 20 cents to post. Good pictures, please, folks. Like it's especially now with like camera phones. There's no
mm.
excuses, but just really good photography on a plain white background. It does wonders, and that's pretty much all you need to get going. And then your social media, being involved in that and posting. Um, but yeah, the main thing is please just do it. Like
I
just
love
start it.
that. And how can the viewers reach you?
So you can get me on Instagram at Love Yaayaa, LoveYaayaa. Facebook as well. Go to my site, send me a message, you can DM me. Like yeah, I am quite accessible. Like on my site is one of the phones goes to my WhatsApp, and that's like a WhatsApp service. So people will send me messages. I do get like quite a few people just asking me generally about the brand, like, or they may have, they may be doing head wraps, and it's like,
Mm.
how's it going for you? Like, I'm really firmly steeped in that everybody can win. There should not just be one person. Like we actually need more people providing stuff. Like we need more creativity growing. So if I can help, especially women, be financially independent and feel like follow through on their creativity, I would love to be a part of that movement. So that's the
I
focus for next year.
love you. You are so amazing. And you know what? Your story behind each product, the story behind the brand Love Yaayaa, just everything about you. From since I've known you, you've just always been such a beautiful woman, Nana. In and
Thank
out,
you.
you know.
And
And
you too.
thank you
And
so
you
much
too.
for
You've
coming.
helped me a lot. You really have. You really have been. From styling, you've been such a real kind of cheerleader, and you'd really be like, no, just do it. Just go for it. Get out there. Like always, always. So
Oh,
thank
thank
you.
you. Oh, we got to wrap up. Thank you so much for coming on the show. And guys, I'm gonna leave all of our information in the description when I post this video. And
Bye.
I'm looking forward to seeing you guys next week. I'll see you.
Brilliant.
Bye.
Thank you.
Take care. Love you, Nana. Bye,
Love you
guys. Thank you
too.
for tuning in as well. Thank you, guys. Bye. Oh, yeah. Do you know what? Guys, I just want to say again to you guys, thank you guys for tuning in. And trust me, it's been a struggle for me, even just wanting to be creating this actual show, because I've been so confused. Like, I don't know what to do because it's lockdown and I'm always mentoring the kids. But I just want to say thank you for everyone that's tuned in. And I've got something for you. I don't know where it is. Oh God, I think I'll have to shut off now. I had a beautiful quote for you guys, but I just want to say to you guys from my heart is, no matter what you want to do in life, you can always, I don't know what I'm talking about. I think I'm going to end. Bye. Oh, God.